So we've got a lot of time between now and September. Michael will say October, I say September, so we'll have to see how that goes. Now we're combining, we don't want any of that nonsense. It had all the time in the world to rain. We don't want it now when we get the combines out. I'm not going to talk about yields today. There's only so much disappointment one can handle in a day, so we'll leave yields for another day. It's 4th of July, combines are rolling, 2 combines on the way up to Lincolnshire, and just going to the grain store. Yesterday was an extreme day, so the elevator blocked on one of the grain stores, and it took us from 8 o'clock till 6 o'clock to get it running. So we were tipping barley basically out on the yard, waiting to put into the system, and to keep the combines rolling. And barley dust, I knew about it this morning. When barley stuff, if you ever experienced barley dust, when you get that in your skin, woof, that will itch at the back of your legs and in your joints and those sort of things. So I know after barley, I always have my car valeted inside after we finished harvest, because it gets in the seats, and what you rub about on the seats and it gets into you. Anyway, the couple of things, some very nice presents I was given on the open day, and some also sent to me. So anyway, these I wanted to just show you these, if you get up close enough, Tom. So look at these cheeky fellows. Look, there's me with a bit more weight. Look, you see how much weight I've lost, and then so these guys here, look. So we saw them at Twickenham. I think the first photo is Twickenham. We saw them, and the second photo is then the march in London, and then the first time I saw them was at the open day. So thank you very much, chaps. We found them. Much appreciative, brings a smile to my face. And then had some really nice, Tom Whitefield, he gave me some clips in a little box. They handed it to me at the open day. And these are helpful, so when I'm driving around the fields, getting in and out, the blasted car beeps at me relentlessly. So really grateful for that. Even when the dog goes on the back seat, if we're driving around, he sets the alarms off, so I can now stop the dog setting the alarms off in the car. So thank you very much for that, much appreciative, and obviously a bottle of wine as well that Tom Mansell left me, so grateful for that, appreciate it. So yes, it all blocked up, so the main elevator feeding the barley stopped, so this yard we ended up having barley everywhere. Poor old Dave's just putting it in the pit. Poor old Chris, you've had dust in places, Chris. You didn't want dust, haven't you?
Yeah, I know, I didn't care.
So they've blown this shed down. They've found that some of the dust has got behind the panels, so they're going to take the panels away, clean it all out, bolt the panels back in and seal it up, and then we're come and have a look in here. So we're emptying the shed out, but if you turn around, Tom, you see the dust they've got up on the ledges, so we've got to clean it all down. It settles everywhere, clean all the pit down, but the elevator had blocked basically, so all of the grain was in here. We had to undo the pit, and it goes up 18 meters, 18.5 meters, something like that. And so you can imagine those tubes, both this side and this side, were full. So I don't know, there'd be a couple of ton, I would think, at least, into the pit, so it's hard work to get it back out of the pit. So anyway, we had lots of people around here yesterday to try and get it going, because we didn't want the combines to stop. So we did that, and then yeah, we've got to get the rest of the dust out of here, try and clean this all down, sort it out, and then Chris is going to seal it up so the dust can't come in from next door in here, and hopefully that will sort that, and then we'll work out why it blocked. I think it's because the bushel weight of the barley is 70, and typically barley is 63 as a minimum, and some years you struggle to get it to 63. Because it's 70, I think the pure volume of it, 30 tons on a lorry, is actually almost at the top of the sheet. So I think what's happened is that the physical volume of it has overwhelmed the elevator. So it's getting the speed right, so we're having to alter it in the pit by moving the slides down so that it physically can't take it so much, and then risk blocking that up again. So anyway, all hands to the deck yesterday. So Martin's bringing in Barley Direct off the field. Just finished one block. It's the block for East West Rail had been all over, putting matting everywhere, these metal tracks, and digging boreholes. Literally, we were combining it, and it was doing less than 3 tonne a hectare because there was so much traffic across the field. They're completely devastated. The yield on that, 2.8, something with 2.6, ridiculous tonnes a hectare, because we were going along and suddenly the combine was cutting and probably over half of it was completely driven all over. It's amazing how much damage they created over. That's the field in question, or fields, sorry, where they accused us of spraying the workmen with the boom and said grievous bodily harm. And actually, we produced the camera footage off the sprayers because every machine's got a camera to show that was a complete lie. And it was a form of intimidation that they were doing. And as soon as we were able to produce the footage, they tried to retract and change their story. But gross behaviour, gross. Fancy having to have a camera in every machine just to prove your own innocence in carrying out a farming activity in the fields in which you're farming. Anyway, so I had to reconnect the server yesterday, so we'd had some kind of a power spike when the electrics have altered for the solar, and it's blown up. The server blew up, the routers have blown up, the Wi-Fi blew up. So we've had about 3 or 4 days of, no, more than that now, several weeks actually, of problems with Wi-Fi and a new server being installed and a temporary server in between time. And everything runs through the server, including the Weybridge software, etc. So when you get those problems, you realise how connected we are and how devastating it can be when suddenly you're in a position that your internet or your server isn't working. So yesterday was a big day, big day. Anyway, we're getting 2 combines are in Lincolnshire, so that's good. So they're on that big block. There's 260 hectares there to combine. We've got, we just moved to another block where we've got, hopefully we'll finish today. And then the last block is Bedford, and they'll move to Bedford, which is about just shy of 80 hectares to do there. That will get them done. If we're lucky, we'll finish Sunday night, all the barley. Fingers crossed. But look how dry it is. Its grass is really gone off now. It's almost quite looking Sahara based. Anyway, we don't want rain while we're busy combining. It's 8:30. Aaron's over there. He's just flowing down his chaser bin, servicing it up. Chris is doing the same and using the compressors. And then Kieran NZ is here. He's getting his combine blown down. Want to make sure we don't carry any blackgrass or wild oats, in particular on this little land. These combines are going tomorrow morning to Lincolnshire. And then Kieran is over here unhitching his combine, getting it ready. So that's getting ready to go up there as well. They're all in good spirits, which is lovely. Sun is shining, just they finished this field. Oh no, my car's getting covered. Thank goodness the window's open. So yeah, there's Kieran off to Lincolnshire. Flags are flying. PX1 as well. And here comes Kieran NZ. Here he comes. So just before 7 o'clock. Be on the road by 7. That was the objective. So hopefully they'll be up there by 10:30. So they stop as well, just to let the tracks cool down. So that's our objective. So we've got a cultivation out. We're about 5 passes over now, something like that. My car has actually now ended up in an island in the middle of the cultivation. So it was right on the edge, but anyway. Raymond's getting on well. He's going at 7 centimetres at the moment because we don't want to go any deeper because we start to lose traction. So we'll go with a second pass Toronto to get down to 10 centimetres, and then that'll create the second pass, and hopefully the weather will do the rest. So it's going to be a first week. This is after forage oats. They were going to be combinable, but because of the level of blackgrass in it, we took the opportunity to forage them, get the blackgrass off. We've then, Glyn and Freddie have put the chicken manure on that Martin Lines from Nature Friendly Farming supplied us. So we put that on. There's a hell of a honk out here, so that's why we're trying to basically incorporate it into the ground. And Glyn's over here, he's subsoiling just to get rid of the tram lines because there's a bit of drainage issue over here, so got some quite sporting tram lines that would do a lot of damage to the Trinos and the Challengers and like. So he's going ahead just pulling them out, and then we'll go with the Trino first time, then second time, and then hopefully we won't have to go near it again, and then we'll come and drill first wheat. Pretty desperate for blackgrass up here. It's probably one of the top worst we have, so we need to get a good establishment in chit. So actually now we're the 4th of July, so we've got a lot of time between now and September. Michael will say October, I say September, so we'll have to see how that goes to get this drilled, and hopefully we'll get 2 lots of blackgrass on it and enable us to get on to get a good crop of first wheat, because currently this particular farm, this will be our 3rd crop going in. We haven't earned any money out of it. We've lost money just trying to control the blackgrass, and that's often the case. That's why you want long-term agreements on this type of land. If you get to try and make it better, putting the chicken manure on to try and increase the indices, put a bit of goodness back in the land, and it's nice to be getting the cultivators out because they've been in the yard ever so patient, waiting for the combining team, the baling team. So now they've got started up here. They've got their mucks spreading on Monday for the sewage sludge starts. So James Sap's coming to do that, so that means they can get started there. So then they're really going to be cracking on then. There'll be no stopping them. They'll have plenty of land to go ahead. And we've had 15 loads of bales out so far to the power station, so it's been quite busy. And the guys doing the baling, they're cracking on and doing a good job. So might have a look at them later.
So we're currently down at Gambling Gate, got Comberton finished this morning. The double Kierans have headed to Lincolnshire to go and crack on with the barley up there, and Aaron and myself have moved to Gambling Gate, got moved down here fine. It's the first time actually we come in here with a combine, so it's a bit interesting getting in the gateway, so we had to actually ended up what we have to do in Caddycott. So we have to take the rear lights off just because there's such a dip out of the road into the field, so that was a bit of a fiasco. So got that all sorted out, and then I was sort of preempting myself as I kept saying my combine's doing really well this season, and then we got second time round the second field here and I got a low hydraulic oil warning, to which I came out to find one of the, luckily not too badly, a metal connection in the tracks for hydraulics had come loose, so we managed to sort that out fairly simply, and luckily we had hydraulic oil in the back of one of the pickups here, so we were able to get up and running again fairly quickly. So yeah, that was quite good. Another Friday joy at whatever time it was, at 5 o'clock, covered in hydraulic oil, but yeah, time we move on, getting on fine. We're getting through the barley. We should hopefully have this finished either this evening or first thing tomorrow morning, and then we'll get moved down to Bedfordshire and then get that all mocked up, and then yeah, we're getting through the barley fairly quickly. We should have it done by the end of the weekend, I'd like to say, and then yeah, on to the next crop.
Anyway, this combine's been a bit tricky, and it didn't really combine for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They got it going sort of yesterday.
Yep.
The guys at Man Spoldwick have worked really well, and they've worked hard on it, but they've had a bit of, they haven't fully got it there yet. We're 95% fixed, aren't we?
We're just waiting for an ECU to come in from Mercedes, which should be with us Monday, hopefully.
Yeah.
Which will get it going. But it's siding along now, so these two have got 40 hectares left here to do where we are now, and then they'll move to Bedfordshire tomorrow for 75 hectares barley.
And the other two are in Lincolnshire already.
The other two moved to Lincolnshire this morning. They got just on 250 hectares to do when they got there.
Kieran's already driven up there this morning at 7, left.
Yep.
And then he's already, when I spoke to him nearly an hour ago, he was already at 40 hectares.
They're flying. The barley's fit now. The combines are really motoring now. These
Yeah,
combines
there's no issue, is there? And
Yeah.
the baling team now aren't having to wait.
No.
Typically, they struggle, but it's how dry it is. Look at the base.
Yeah.
Hasn't had any Roundup or anything. Completely dead.
Crops.
That's Sophie on that one, isn't it?
Yeah, number 3 is Sophie. Yeah,
that's Sophie.
it. And there's number 3
And then
combine,
we've
which
got
is Sandy.
Sandy, he's going to come and get us now, nice and dusty, isn't he?
Yeah.
I got dust, Gordon, in places it dust shouldn't be.
You keep that to yourself, James. I'm not sure we want to know about that.
Store yesterday, I cannot believe how many heads are on the floor. If we took a metre,
I bet there's 2 heads a metre.
no, it's more. 1, 2, 3.
3 heads. Yep.
4. 4 heads. 5.
Yeah. That's on the edge of it.
5 heads. That's a lot.
Just started. That's how it's going, but you know they've got the reels up, just trying to tickle it in what they can. But you can see how it's short.
Are
And it's
the
just
duck
folding.
feet doing any harm?
No, we don't think they're making any difference from what we can see.
You can't see any difference?
No, when you ride in the cab and watch the rear and walk beside it, you can't see any
Do you
difference.
think the peas will be where we'll see the difference with that?
Yeah, I think they'll help feed the peas in nice and evenly. The fingers won't stick in the peas. I think we should.
I'm interested to see what they do.
Yeah, see if they won't shell out.
Well, I mean, on the mustard, in theory, we have the reels right out the way.
Yeah, but I think they'll help in the mustard. Even where they tickle it, they won't be feeding through it and grabbing it. They'll just help roll it in gently.
Like comb it,
Yeah, that's
instead
it.
they'll knock it in.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whereas
Well, years ago, they used to have wooden paddle boards on, didn't
well, if
they?
you look at a lot of the American harvesters,
Yeah.
they've got solid reels. They
Yeah,
don't
they
have
have.
fingers on the reels.
That's right.
You know, and you probably saw the same when you were in Australia as well.
Yeah, but of course, the density of the crop
They're
is
very
less.
different. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. 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 So we're getting on well. So all going well.
It's a warm air, isn't it?
It's lovely and warm air, but it's windy.
Yeah.
The wind turbines.
Well, Tom on his drone earlier. You can see how much he puts his hands in his pockets. Look, his pockets are going black. Look. Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Wheat's getting there. Wheat will be hopefully next weekend. We'll be into wheat.
Do you think it would?
Yeah, I do. If it keeps going like this.
I sort of put the 14th in my mind, but that's earlier, isn't it? Is that like the 11th or something?
Yeah, I've 12, 13, something like that. I think 11th is next Thursday.
Cool. Yeah. If we don't get any rain, we'll fly.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the stuff I looked at today is at Long Stanton is the most forward on. This stuff's got a long way to go.
The green in the base.
Yeah, very green. This has got a way to go.
Varieties.
Yeah, and different soil types and timeliness of drilling, and be interesting to see where the different drills have been, whether it makes a difference on timeliness.
It might be the drills is where there is a difference.
Yeah. Well, Sandy said go look at
Long Caldecott.
Caldecott, where you drilled up the Avatar, and see
Yeah.
if it makes it earlier.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to justify the Avatar.
Yeah,
Actually,
I know what he's up to. I know what he's up to. I've had enough hints out of him.
Hints.
Yeah, they're relentless.
He knows what drill he wants to drive this autumn anyway.
Yeah. Well, they've left it here. It's in the shed.
Yeah. Well,
They left it for us to have a go.
We'll have a go with it hopefully and see how it goes.
So, yeah, we're going to look like a drill dealership. We're going to have so many drills. Right, there's Mummy. Hello, Mummy.
No, it's Daddy.
It's me. I'm Daddy. Are we doing tractors?
Yeah.
We're looking at tractors, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. You tell Mummy. You're the farmer, aren't you? No, Mummy. Just Daddy.
No, Daddy.
Hmm?
Baby tractor.
That's not a baby tractor.
Yeah. It's here.
Where's the tractor?
There. There.
Oh yeah, that is the tractor.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, tractor.
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Baby's gone.
Right, so we've done some raw and sent the 2 great boys down and a welder today just to try and get this up to spec. So he's basically got a much stronger hitch going on. He took out the slotted things, he's put these solid ones on. We're just using one of the pins, we're just going to alter it so we can put this on to put the Joker on. So this is going, went to start the Challenger, started yesterday fine, wouldn't run. Simon said he just changed the filters on it and she fired up fine. So don't quite know what's quite going on there, but anyway, that's good. Conditions are hard out there, so Glenn's going to come back on 1167. They're going to put the weights on it weight up the Challengers, and then get the Trano one, and then start cultivating this side of the farm where the bales have been cleared. So Raymond's going to stay out there and do both fields. He's already snapped a leg, which is less than ideal, which means we lost a point and a shear and a leg, that's a lot of money. That would be £200 if I was to guess. The complete lot disappeared in the ground, so that's not great. That's the difficulty with dry conditions. You just got to go steady, not turn too abruptly, don't go too deep. Sometimes it's cheaper to go twice to get the depth right than trying to break things and damage it. Because the problem with a Challenger is they're hugely powerful, so they don't take any prisoners, they'll just break whatever's on behind. So anyway, they're getting stuff ready. So what time is it now? It's just coming up to 8 o'clock. They've all had their food, so their meals have all started. So 1st of July, we've had fish and chips twice, they've had a Chinese, and now their good, wholesome food has now started. We've had a screen break on a Trimble screen in one of the combines. SimAgri came out, they found a TMX machine, a screen. They've gone and fitted it in the combine, so thanks to Graham who came up and Sam had organised it. They've got us going again, so that's good. So we're now up and running again, which is really annoying because the glass cracked on the screen. We found some glass, I think it's probably in China, for £140. So we're getting that sent over. We're going to try and fit that, and hopefully that screen will be back to life. But it's got a lead time of up to the 21st of July, which is, in terms of farming, is hopeless. But at least SimAgri have hiring us a screen until we get sorted or decide if we're staying with the TMX. So that's brilliant service, pleased with that. So fingers crossed, it's not going to rain, it's gone ever so dark. Now we're combining, we don't want any of that nonsense. It had all the time in the world to rain, we don't want it now when we get the combines out. It's amazing to see the change in the barley, the fact that suddenly within less than a week we're now got the point where we're getting heads dropping on the floor. The speed of change for the dry and the wind and the heat just goes to show the timeliness of getting on is forever there. Hopefully we'll be finished by Sunday night on the barley if we're lucky, weather permitting. There's a bit of rain forecast on Sunday, so that might slow us up. But we've got 12 lorries running currently on harvest. And yeah, the grain store's now running well, which is good, and so we're starting to get in a bit of a rhythm. You know, we're on day what is it? Friday, isn't it? Yeah, so we're on day 5 effectively. So and it's good for Aaron's now getting his combine running. I'm really pleased the cultivation team have come out the stable now, so they can start getting something done. Because once they get running, that will be good. They'll be in a good position to you know, get caught up behind us basically. And now the baling team are running, so yeah, it's all happening. It's all happening. Harvest 25 is definitely on the go. I'm very pleased. So the yields, I'm not going to talk about yields today. There's only so much disappointment one can handle in a day, so we'll leave yields for another day. Anyway, I've got to find the gateway while find out where these combines have got to cross. But thanks ever so much, everybody, for continuing to support us, and nearly at 24,000, and we're not far off, you know. Might be lucky by, what are we at? Oh yeah, 23962. We are nearly there. So hopefully by the time you guys watch this, we'll be hit 24. That's my sort of ambition. So all the best, take care, bye bye.